And now it's time for the dumb question of the month. Here to answer this month's dumb question, James Patrick Holden.
Hey folks, this month's dumb question concerns the Garden of Eden temptation narrative, and it applies no matter what view you take of the historicity of it. The dumb question is, did this incident constitute entrapment? It's a sort of question a funny atheist may ask looking to manufacture a grievance out of it, saying that God was unfair or unethical. Simply put though, if we're going to use a legal definition of entrapment, the answer is no, it wasn't entrapment. There's been a lot of discussion about the definition of entrapment since it was first raised, but here's what it amounts to. Entrapment only occurs when an official intends by actions or words to encourage someone to commit a crime, exercising direct influence upon them in some fashion. Let's illustrate with some practical examples, and we'll call upon a show some of you may have seen called Bait Car. Let's say in that show the police officer identifies himself as a police officer. He leaves the car there and orders people who see him do this not to touch or take the car. That's not entrapment. Then let's talk about what they actually do in the show. The police officer, who is undercover, leaves the car in the street and says nothing to anyone about it, but instead goes away while other undercover officers wait around to see if anyone takes it. Here's where there's been some legal wrangling. This may be entrapment under some circumstances, but it's only entrapment if the person who ends up taking the car isn't inclined to steal cars in the first place, and has no record of stealing cars, and the officer does something to actively encourage the crime, like come up to the person and say, "Hey, you want to steal this car?" Now, if you've seen the show, you know they don't do any of that. They're looking to nab people who are already predisposed to steal cars or commit crimes. It's a sting operation, and those aren't considered entrapment. So, which of these fits the garden situation? The first one does, the one where there's no question there's not entrapment. So, sorry fundy atheists, that wine won't work. Not unless you want to take it to court. That'll be all for this round, and also all for the dumb question of the month for a while. I'm going to retire the series for a bit, maybe bring it back later, and replace it with a different monthly feature which we'll be introducing soon. Until then, this is James Patrick Holding. See ya!